Don't put this on the blooper reel, BW. I feel like you're salivating right now.
Welcome to Going Back, a collection of bloopers and outtakes from the Nothing Much Happens podcast. I'm your audio engineer, Bob Wittersheim. Now, Kathryn Nicolai may indeed
create everything you hear on Nothing Much Happens.
But she also creates plenty that you do not hear, and that's where I come in. I make sure that everything you hear is only what we want you to hear, only the things that will help you fall asleep. And so, barking dogs, rumbling stomachs, outside interruptions, and just regular old goofs are all removed by me to ensure you have a relaxing experience. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't be able to go behind the curtain and enjoy some of the more entertaining edits. And so, we proudly present Going Back.
In one, marmalade was curled up in a bowl. Going back. Oh, that was my jaw. Curled up in a bowl full of yarn, and people were sitting with drinks in their hands. Nothing to see here. Looking out the floor to ceiling windows at the slopes. Her shop had lots of new books, but what really caught my interest was a shelf of books. Ladybug. That is not cricket. Cricket doesn't do that. Her shop had lots of new books. Our story tonight is called Winter Getaway, Part 3, or Chef's Kitchen. And it's a story... Oh, I didn't finish writing this. I always just duplicate and then sort of fill in the blanks so I know where everything goes. And this is last week, so please hold. I have to write the intro. Going back just a bit. Our story tonight is called Winter Getaway, Part 3, or Chef's Kitchen. And it's a story about a humble meal cooked for a friend. Come down to the hotel, I said. I'll meet you at the restaurant, and we'll cook something up. I'm just going to say that this whole episode just sounds like a queer thirst trap. Okay, going back. On my way, she sent. And now was appreciated. Bob, I know last time I said appreciated. I heard myself say it. I didn't necessarily correct it because I was like, well, that's interesting. But I just realized it's because you can't say prescient and appreciate. It's hard to make the differentiation. But I got it the second time. It is fine with me to leave it the way it was. Someone can just be curious about my accent in the first go through. When I was growing up, each birthday was so important. How did it feel to be 8? Just watching my phone, which I read off of, falling. I'm going to go back a little bit. Just stay there. In fact, I had that rare, magical experience. It's almost lunchtime. Stomach's starting to growl. Going back. I had that rare, magical experience. Okay, Bob. This one's called quiet celebration, but I think it could also be called sad birthday. I'll be here watching you. No, that sounds terrible. I'll be here watching you. Going back. I'll be here watching over, even after you've fallen asleep. It was Fool's Spring, and I knew it. Just listening to some yapping. Trying to decide if she's going to stop. It was Fool's Spring, and I knew it. Everything might fall apart in my absence. This has worked for months, and now it just won't hold my phone. It just seems like it's being difficult for no reason. Come on, you know how to do this. What is the problem? Oh, what a treat. Thank you. Please hold. It's this slow simmering romance between the baker and the waitress that just sent everything ajar. Do you need a ride? This sweet Jesus is brought to you He had a little heater in his stand. Excuse me.